Hello, and welcome to another wonderful Wired Wednesday. My name is Ashley, and this is Finding Your Perfect Podcast. Podcasts are a great way to stay informed and entertained. These on-demand radio shows can be enjoyed anytime, anywhere, and on any device. From news and current events to true crime and comedy, there's a podcast for everyone. You can even find podcasts on specific topics like gardening or history. Many podcast platforms offer a free tier, but for a small monthly fee, you can get access to exclusive content and ad-free listening. Spotify and Apple Podcasts are two of the most popular paid options. Today, though, I'm going to take you through iHeartRadio. It's a great free option. It has a huge selection of podcasts as well as radio stations. So now we're going to go into iHeartRadio. So I'm on an iPad right now, so I go into the App Store and I've downloaded iHeartRadio. If you have an Android phone or tablet, you can download it from the Google Play Store. If you have a computer, you can go on to the actual website for iHeartRadio. You can Google search it. It'll look like the same type of logo that's here. So I'm just going to open it up. So when you first open this app, I've already been in it before. So what will happen is it will ask you to log in. It's not paid or anything like that, so it is free, but they do ask you to sign up for an account. So you can sign up with your email address and then make a password up, or you can sign in with your Google account, or you can sign in with your Apple account. It just depends on what you want to do. The next thing that will come up is it should ask you what you like to listen to. So you can kind of choose different genres of podcasts and radio stations, and then it will kind of curate something for you so that way you can see what's on here. So right now I'm at home, so it's just showing you kind of, recommended live radio and things like that. And then today's top podcasts. So these are like the trending podcasts right now. So you can see here, there's all different kinds. Canadian True Crime's on here. Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Mojo in the Morning. So there's lots of things that you can listen to. And then if you go down a little bit further, they have podcast picks. So once again, we have, it's the spooky season right now. So we have Two Girls, One Ghost. And you can talk to them. This past weekend, Who Killed Jennifer Judd? So there's lots of things that are very, that are like, of the season, so to speak. And, just what people are listening to at the moment. You can go down here further, and then this is music and talk is what they call it. And you can pick from this here. So depending on if you want radio or what you want. And these are all like the different radio stations. They have moods and activities, so decades of music. Like there's all kinds of things on here, and it's all free. So now going across the bottom, right now I'm in the home area. So then there's radio, so that's the next area over. So this is where you can choose for your radio stations and things. You can go down and look. You can even search up at the top. There's a search if you're looking for something specific. Or you can just kind of go through and see what you're into listening to, and it will give you an idea of what that station's about. Podcasts. All right, so now we're back in the podcast area. So now we're in the podcast itself. You can search up at the top for podcasts. You can see what today's top podcasts are. So once again, you're seeing some of the same things. Big thing for a lot of people. People love true crime podcasts. So 48 Hours is a true crime podcast. We can get into Canadian true crime. Once again, Conan O'Brien. So you can go through there. Going down, so you can see here, there are some topics that you can choose from. So there's lots. There's French-Canadian things, French podcasts, food, health, kids and family, gaming, level up. And there's news, pride, paranormal, politics, sports, and travel, and many, many more. For your kids, if you want a kids section, you can go into kids and family. And these are all kids and family podcasts, so you can go through and take a look at. So if you want your child to listen to a podcast, so they're not looking at a screen, you could definitely do this, and let them listen to different podcasts that are on here. There's lots of stuff for different ages of children. And if we go back, so you can basically choose anything that you'd like to choose on here, and then it will give you a list of them. So for example, let's say I wanted to go into one of these. Let me just go back and I'll just pick something here. So let's just go to curiosity. So stuff you should know, for example, there's TED Talks on here, Star Talk Radio with Neil deGrasse Tyson, all kinds of things. So I'm going to go to stuff you should know. So you can see up here now, there's stuff you should know podcasts. So you can follow this. Because you are logged in, it will save this for you. And when new ones come up, it will let you know. And then the newest one will appear at the top unless you choose to filter it differently. So if you want to start right from number 1, you can change this and it will put it to oldest first, and it will show you the very first episode of that podcast. So now it says today, 12 minutes. So you can see here there's some shorter ones, there's some longer ones on here for the stuff you should know. They have quite an interesting array of different topics that they cover. So when you hit follow, it will put it into the area that you follow. So that way, when you go back again, you'll be able to see the newer podcasts that you see. You can also choose to download this to your device. So once again, if you're on an Apple iPad, an iPhone, an Android phone, Android tablet, you can download this right to the device. On a computer, I believe there's a download button within the actual computer website. So you can just take a look there and see. There may not be though, because most of the time that kind of stuff is basically for you to look at on the internet and use the streaming that way. So it may be there, it may not. I believe last time it went on, there was something there, but anyways, just take a look and see. So you can use this on any device that you want. And then going back, so say I want to search something now. So I'm just going to go up to this search up here. So for example, there's a podcast I listen to called Joy. That's Craig Ferguson. He was a comedian that was in many things. So I listen to this podcast. I love it. It's just a little bit of joy in the day. So this here's just popping up. So once again, they do have some different contests on here. Like this is to win some tickets to Taylor Swift. So you can definitely do that if you would like to. But going back, so this is Joy. So basically you can go through, and what he does is just talks to different celebrities and things, but in a happy way. So they just have a conversation, things come up. Nothing too crazy, because I know a lot of times people want something that's just kind of, I'm not going to say mindless, because it's not mindless, but it's very down to earth and easygoing. No scares, no nothing like that. So you can kind of just go through and you can take a look, and he's had conversations with many, many people going down, including Kathy Lee Gifford as well. They're pretty good friends. So there's a couple of those on here, and it was really interesting to hear those two talk back and forth, because they're friends in real life, but they have different views. So it's quite nice to see. So you can go through here and you can just kind of see what's here. And then going back to the top, you can just hit back to top. So it's going to put me there. So the newest one was yesterday. It's 49 minutes long. Once again, you can download it here. You can send it to somebody else if you'd like to, or send it to yourself to see later by pressing this button here. And then you can go like this, newest to oldest. You can see when it started. So he started in 2023, and it's giving you, and Kathy Lee Gifford was his first guest. So you can see that by hitting this up here, oldest to newest. All right, and as you can see, as you type in Joy, there's many things that come up. You can type in basically anything that you're looking for, and there will be a podcast on it, definitely. It doesn't matter if there's a podcast on anything, like basically anything you can think of. All right, and that's iHeartRadio. Once again, it's a free podcasting service. You don't have to pay for it. You just have to sign up for an account. It also offers radio stations as well. So, if you're from someplace else in Canada and you can't get that radio station anymore, this might be the way to do it, is be able to get to your local radio station through iHeartRadio. And have a great day.